guys, thanks for tuning back into Mad Dog Fishing. Golly, I know it's been a minute. I tell you what, the month of December has been awful for me. I've been struggling to catch fish. I've been out a few times. I catch one or two surf fish every now and then, but just really not enough to put a video out. So yeah, December has been really rough. Actually, the end of November has been really rough for me. I've gone out, I've caught a few whiting. You know, no pompano. We had pompano tournament with fish gums. We had Bearded Brad. We had Salty with Salty's pompano rigs. We had Kyle for a while, kayaking, Kennedy, and Southern Roots fishing. And we tried to do a fall pompano tournament where it moved into the winter. And if you know these guys, some of them had to go all the way into Florida to find the pompano. I just did not have, it just didn't work out for me. So yeah, I came up with a big fat 0. But anyway guys, today's video, I'm doing an updated review on the Shimano Socorro 8000, a reel I got about 6 months ago. I was really impressed when I took it out of the box, but I'm going to give you my 6 month review and my overall opinion of it. And some of y'all find it interesting. If you own one of these reels, you know, please leave a comment below. And if y'all are new to the channel, guys, we're all about surf fishing, inshore fishing, and of course freshwater fishing. So when I learn something new, I try to pass the information on to you guys to help you out and be more successful. But anyway, let's go over real quick the reel that I'm talking about. I have it set up on a 12-foot surf rod. This is the H2O Express. I bought it about the same time I got the reel. Really impressed with this rod. It's a $49.99 rod at Academy Sports. I have 0 issue with it so far, but only time will tell. And we will get into this reel in just a minute. But my normal setups for the surf fishing, as y'all know, and I've done reviews on these, is the Okuma longitude surf rods and the Penn Spin Fisher SSV. Now this is the older, this is not the newer Spin Fisher, but I absolutely love them. I've had 0 issue. They're easy to maintenance. Gosh, these are going on their 3rd season and 0 issues with them. I absolutely love these reels. The only downside, they're a little heavy, but they're a full-bodied reel. So, and I'm not holding them. I'm not sitting there throwing lures. I'm using this to cast bait out. They go into a rod holder. So the weight's really not an issue for me. But I absolutely love the Penn Spin Fisher. I have several of those. So, but anyway, I wanted to try out the Shimano. Shimano is a great brand. There's a lot of people that absolutely are total Shimano fishermen. So I started off, this reel is a very inexpensive reel for Shimano. I think it starts off at maybe $130. And if you know anything about Shimano reels, they can get very pricey. What I will say, and then we'll sit down and we'll break it down, and I'll tell you it's a very smooth reel. Very smooth reel. I was super impressed. Probably the smoothest reel in my arsenal. But guys, let's sit down. Let's take this thing off this rod and talk about some of the features. All right, guys, we got this thing off the rod, and I haven't actually had a chance to take this thing apart. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take it apart. We're not going to go through each and every step while I got you on the video, just to keep the video short. But if you got any questions about taking it apart, we'll go over it. The drag on this thing is super smooth. I mean, it performs exactly like it's supposed to. When you crank it down, there's no jerkiness to it. It's just a really smooth drag. I've caught some big black drum on here. I caught a couple of big redfish, as you can see here in the picture. But yeah, it's really a smooth reel. I do have some things I love about it and some things I don't like about it. One of the things I don't like about it, and we'll just go ahead and talk about that right up front, this reel flexes a lot. It is a full metal, I'm guessing that's a metal body. I hadn't really got into it, but it does flex a little bit under extreme weight when I'm pulling in some big baits or have a big fish, especially when I get it closer to the surf. I notice the handle or something in it flexes. Now it's not interrupting the performance of the reel. The reel's still handling the fish. It just flexes, and it's something that I'm not used to. And you know, I'm just not sure where the flexing coming from. But I noticed when on the big surf rod, when I'm really cranking down using a lot of torque, it has some flexing. I don't know if it's the handle or the reel itself or the reel seat. I'm just not real sure because I'm also using a new surf rod with it. But I doubt very seriously it's the reel seat. I'm almost positive it's the reel. But like I said, it's not hindering the performance. It's just odd for me because I'm not used to it. So let me get this thing broke down, and we'll talk about some of the features on the inside. Well, I'll tell you what, I knew Shimano was a little bit more difficult to break down than the Penn reels, and it's extremely a lot more steps in my Penn reels. One thing I do like about Penn reels, they're simple to break down, they're simple to maintenance. You can just pop off side plate, you can grease what you need to grease, oil what you need to oil. But I broke this down. I'm not going to take out the anti-reverse clutch assembly. You have to remove these 4 screws, and you can pull your pinion gear out. And then you have to take off the friction ring and all that just to get to the side plate. Get the side plate off. And I'm just not going through all those details today. One thing I will tell you, this is not a metal body. This is some kind of poly body. That's probably why it flexes versus the other one, because it's not fully metal. I think the shaft here is some kind of is probably some kind of cast, and I don't even think it's metal. I think that is also some kind of composite material as well. But honestly, for what I paid for it, this would make a great river reel for, say, big catfish or light surf fishing. I would not trust this to go offshore and tackle amberjack or anything like that, but for surf fishing, this reel is great. One thing I don't like about Shimano is they're hard to service. Yes, the parts are easy to get, but I'm just so used to Penn and Okuma reels, and Okuma reels are not easy to break down either, but I do have quite a few of them. And I've had older Shimano reels. This is one of the newer ones. And like I said, super smooth. If you're looking for a really smooth reel, and this is the way to go. This is their bottom line entry reel, I'd say, for saltwater fishing. But if you're looking for a reel to maintenance yourself, this could, I mean, it's not impossible, it's not difficult, it just takes more time. I have so many surf reels and inshore reels. I just don't have time to spend an hour breaking down a reel, lubing it, greasing it, and putting it back together. I need one that I can take apart, strip down, and reassemble it in 15-20 minutes. So with that said, I'll let you make your own opinion about it. Would I buy another one? Probably not. I might get one of the higher end Shimano reels. This is not my favorite. One thing I do like about it, it is smooth. It's got a loud clicker on it for a spinning reel. So when I have the drag set light and the surf fish takes off, I can really hear the drag really good on this reel. But it's just not my favorite reel, and I'm all about durability, and only time will tell how well this stands up. It is not a sealed reel at all. So you have to make sure, don't dunk it. And I wouldn't even recommend getting it splashed in the surf. But I do rinse this reel off pretty frequently, and no waters have gotten into it. I know I see a little bit of sand has gotten in some different places, but nothing damaging about it. So I'm going to put this back together. I'm not going to take it all the way apart because it is a new reel. It is lubed, but like I said, if you want to break it all the way down, you got to take out these 4 screws. Now there's 6 in here. Leave the 2 small ones. That holds this assembly together. You do not want to get into that unless you're a professional at taking little things apart and putting things back together. But you just really don't want to mess with this anti-reverse clutch. But take these 4 screws out. It'll slide right off. You can pull your shaft out at that point. I think there's also a bearing that goes with this clutch. So just keep everything in order. That way you can put it back in order. Like I said, once you take off this clutch assembly, you have to remove this friction ring, and you also have to remove this brake stop. I'm guessing that's what that is. I don't know the technical name of it, but anyway, guys, that is my overview for the Shimano Socorro 8000. Great entry-level reel, and I hope this was helpful. Like I said, smooth drag, super smooth drag. No problem with the drag whatsoever. Has flex in the body, probably because it's composite and not metal. It still weighs just as much as some of my Penn metal reels. But yeah, guys, this could be the reel for you. It's just not for me. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, leave a comment in the comment section below. I'll answer it the best I can. Like I said, I'm just now getting into Shimano reels. I'm not no expert on them by no means. There are a lot more knowledgeable people out there on these reels. This particular reel is a fairly new one to the market, not very popular. So I figured, hey, it didn't cost me anything, so I figured I'd give it a try and do a review on it. But now when it comes to Penn reels, I can help you out with that. Guys, thanks for watching Mad Dog Fishing. Guys, I am so sorry I haven't put out a video lately on doing any surf fishing. It's December. Things have been slow. Sheep's head fishing's been really hot, but I haven't really had a chance to get out and do any sheep's head fishing. But hopefully in January, I'll be getting out there, targeting the big black drum and redfish. So just hang in there for that. All you that have subscribed, thank you so much, and we'll see you on the water.